G'day humans, Chris Stead from Fine here. We're talking NFT games and I've got some pretty cool news for you today. Bored Ape Yacht Club, BAYC, I'm sure you've heard of it. It's a bit of a big deal in the NFT space. When they originally went on sale, these pictures of procedurally generated bored looking stone monkeys, of which they just created from 170 different character traits, so they're all unique. There's 10,000 of them. They went for about $200 US each. And at one point, someone paid US $3.2 million for it, seriously. But guess what? It's becoming a game. So let's dive in, take a closer look. This is actually really exciting news for the BAYC universe because for the most part, these monkeys have just been sitting around looking stone. They haven't had much utility, you know. There's been some promised airdrops regarding merchandise that you might be able to get. It kind of unlocks entry to a few events. They recently opened the virtual clubhouse and allowed you to go inside and graffiti the hell out of a bathroom, draw coins of little weird things and offensive language and try and be funny, all that kind of stuff. So they've started to get a bit of utility, but really they've just kind of been sitting there doing nothing. So the fact that they actually turn these NFTs that some people are paid up to $3.2 million for into an actual gaming experience is really exciting news. And we don't have long to wait. It's due to come out in Q2 2022, so not long to wait now. But here's the exciting part of the entire thing. This has been made by Animorca Brands, or at least Animorca Brands is partnering on the creation of this game. Now, you may not have heard of Animorca Brands, but I guarantee you've heard some of the stuff they've done because these guys are kind of like a publisher in the NFT gaming space. And they've been around for, well, since really kind of the whole blockchain gaming thing first started. I remember interviewing Yatsu, the founder, back in 2018. And that was at a time when they just acquired Cryptokitties. You remember Cryptokitties? And then they shortly after got the Sandbox and they've released F1 Delta Time. They've got a whole bunch of tokens that they've released, including the game token. There's another slew of NFT games that they're working on currently, but also have released. And they've even worked on games that aren't even part of the NFT gaming space, like they're just part of traditional gaming. And that includes working with big brands like Power Rangers and the Addams Family and WWE and the F1, as I mentioned before. So, you know, these guys are actually really serious players. They're frequently getting funding. And then they're investing that into so many things, it's ridiculous. I would get emails from these guys at least once, if not twice a week, with some new big announcement about some new partnership or some new acquisition or some new funding or some new investment. Like, these guys are just constantly at it. And like I said, I've spoken to Yat before, the founder, and he's really on the ball. So the fact that Animorca Brands is the partner for the Bored Ape Yacht Club game is definitely a big deal. It's a big win for both brands and something that gives me, you know, some confidence that there's something to look forward to here. But what are we looking forward to? There is bugger all information about this game. You know, I've been covering games for over 25 years and I don't think I've ever received an announcement with so little information about the game. Not a single screenshot, no gameplay trailers, no bullshit bloody CGI faking everything and not even actual real gameplay, just concept art and highbrow. None of that, nothing. So all we can do is really speculate on what it's going to be. I think the time frame from the announcement, which has happened in December 2021, like mid-December, to the planned Q2 2022 release date is pretty telling. That's not a lot of time to develop a game of any serious volume. We're not going to be walking around big open worlds here. We're going to be probably doing something in the lines of a CCG, card collecting game that is, or something like Axie Infinity, like a strategy title with like turn-based battles. Something along those lines may be likely. Although I'm starting to think that they probably might just be reskinning an existing game engine. So they might just be borrowing from something else that's already out there and just applying the ape skins to it in order to be able to turn it around that type of time in that small amount of time. So that's potentially what we're going to be expecting there. But on top of that, we have been told two things. And that is that it will have play-to-earn mechanics, not a big surprise, and that you will be able to use the NFTs if you're lucky enough to have one. Again, not a big surprise. So hopefully we'll see some gameplay soon and get some more information. What I'd like to see, what would be really cool I think, is if there's an ability to have some sort of breeding mechanic here or something that can add to the value of the existing NFTs. So whether or not those NFTs grow in their uniqueness and what they're worth based on the experiences you have in the game, that would be great. But ideally, I think it'd be great to see a second tier of tokens emerge within the BAYC space based on this game and the breeding that some players can potentially do with each other, or you know, with other things that are brought into the game, maybe you can earn a 171st character trait or 172nd character trait, something like that. So hopefully there's some sort of mechanism like that, but at the moment, we really don't know. So that's about the sum of it for now. Subscribe to the channel, because as soon as I get some access to some gameplay footage or some screens, I'm going to analyze those on the channel so you can get a better idea of how the Bored Ape Yacht Club game is going to play. I might even reach out to Yat, see if I can score another interview with him, because I'd like to get some insights into where he's going with this. Other than that, head over to fine.com.au website, where I have written a big article on this game so you can dive into a bit more analysis there. Otherwise, happy gaming, no worries.